when we're talking about longevity, running out of savings, due to living longer, that right there is something that I'm sure that a lot of people are afraid of because I don't want to spend too much and run out, but I also want to enjoy my life. So, like, how do we approach that from a planning aspect?
We'll look at a lot of times, or really the key is to look at what your withdrawal rate is. And what I mean by a withdrawal rate is if you have $1 million and you're taking 4% out of a million, you're withdrawing $40,000 a year. And so is that sustainable? Well, with a modest rate of inflation and expected spending over time, that might be a good starting point to say, look, it appears as though that could be something sustainable. And if you think about it, if you're investing in a wet manner where maybe you're making 6, 7, 8% on an annualized basis over a long period of time, you should be seeing that your net worth is still growing even while you're withdrawing, or at the very least is maintaining itself so that you're maintaining those assets far later into life. You're not diminishing your assets. So withdrawal rate is a good starting point because it's quite possible, if even likely, that when we talk about longevity and we're at a much advanced age into your 90s, and now there are these large healthcare expenses or things like that, that could be a dramatically higher expense and you could have a much higher withdrawal rate. But if you preserved your wealth as best as manageable, you're able to handle that situation. So that's the balancing act is you don't want to be taking out 10% and say, hey, I've been invested in the stock market. The average of the stock market might be 10%. I can handle that. Well, it doesn't quite work that way. It's just not a sustainable withdrawal rate. And that's really what we want to focus on is how sustainable and predictable is the plan in order to give you the confidence to not overdoing it now, but at the same token, you're not over sacrificing.